You think silence makes you weak, don't you? You think that if you don't speak up, if you don't scream and shout, no one will hear you. No one will know you exist. You believe that noise equals power, that the louder you are, the more control you have over the situation. But you couldn't be more wrong. Silence is power. Silence is strength. You're too scared to be silent because deep down, you know that silence holds more weight than any words you could ever throw at them. You're afraid of what happens when you stop talking, because that's when people start listening. They expect you to react, don't they? They thrive on it. The more you engage, the more you fight back with words, the more they feel like they've got you right where they want you. They want you to lose your cool, to break down, to show them that they've gotten under your skin. And every time you do, you hand them your power on a silver platter. You think shouting back makes you strong. No, that's what they expect. That's what they feed off of. You want to hit them where it hurts. Be silent. Nothing unnerves people more than silence. When you don't react, when you don't give them what they're looking for, it leaves them lost, confused, scrambling to find their next move. You want to show them strength. Stop explaining yourself. Stop justifying yourself. Stop reacting to their games. You think your words are weapons, but your silence, that's the real killer. They're expecting you to scream, to argue, to defend yourself. They're ready for that. But silence, they don't know what to do with that. You see, silence makes people uncomfortable. It forces them to sit with their own thoughts, their own insecurities. When you go quiet, you force them to fill the space, to question themselves, to wonder what's going on in your mind. And trust me, that uncertainty, it'll eat them alive. They'll start to wonder why you're not responding, why you're not fighting back. It'll mess with their heads more than any insult you could throw at them. Silence is not surrender. It's the most devastating weapon you have. It shows control. It shows discipline. Anyone can scream. Anyone can shout. But it takes real strength to sit there, to hold your tongue and let the silence do the talking. Because in that silence they start to unravel. They'll keep coming at you, expecting a reaction. And every time you don't give them one, it'll drive them insane. They'll start to second guess themselves, doubt every word they say, every move they make, wondering why you're not giving them the satisfaction of a response. You think silence is passive. Think again. Silence is active. It's calculated. It's a decision to let them destroy themselves with their own words, their own noise. It's refusing to stoop to their level. When you stay silent, you stay in control. They can't control you with their insults, their provocations, their petty games. You stand there, unmoved, while they crumble under the weight of their own desperation for your reaction. It's funny, isn't it? How much power they think they have when they can push your buttons, when they can make you yell, argue, scream. They think they've won the moment they get a rise out of you. But that's where you flip the script. That's where you kill them. Not with words, not with fists, but with the cold, hard edge of silence. You let them wear themselves out. Let them waste their breath while you stand there, perfectly still, perfectly quiet, unbothered. People don't know how to handle silence. It terrifies them. It forces them to face themselves, to hear the sound of their own voice echoing back at them with no response, no validation. And that's where you've got them. Because when they're left alone with their own words, they start to realize just how empty those words are. Every insult, Every accusation, every attempt to drag you down, it all falls flat when you don't engage. It loses its power. They lose their power. You want to kill them. You want to truly devastate them. Then stop giving them the satisfaction of a reaction. Stop giving them your energy. Let them talk. Let them shout. Let them make fools of themselves while you stand there, silently watching. You think they won't feel it? Trust me, they'll feel it. They'll feel every second of your silence like a dagger in their chest. They'll start to wonder what you're thinking, what you're planning, and that fear, that's what will eat them alive. The more you engage, the more you speak, the more they feed off of it. But the moment you go silent, the moment you stop giving them anything, they lose. Silence strips them of the power they think they have over you. It shows them that their words, their noise, their attempts to control you mean nothing. They're powerless against your silence. It's the one thing they can't handle, the one thing they can't defeat. They expect you to fight fire with fire. They expect you to come at them, guns blazing, trying to defend yourself, trying to prove a point. But that's not how you win. You don't win by fighting on their terms. You win by refusing to fight at all. You win by letting them burn themselves out, by letting them exhaust every weapon in their arsenal while you remain calm, composed, and silent. Silence is devastating because it shows them that you don't need to defend yourself. You don't need to prove anything to anyone. Their words don't touch you. Their attempts to drag you down don't reach you. You're above it all. That's the message you send when you remain silent. You are untouchable. You are in control, and that drives them crazy. They can't stand it. They want to drag you into their chaos, their noise, their drama, and when you refuse to play along, it leaves them powerless, spinning in their own destruction. Silence forces them to face the one thing they fear most, themselves. Because when you stop talking, when you stop reacting, it's not your silence they're left with. It's the sound of their own insecurity, their own fear, their own weakness. And that's what will break them. Not your words, not your arguments, not your attempts to fight back, but their own inner demons, their own doubts and insecurities, which your silence brings to the surface. So stop talking. Stop explaining yourself. Stop trying to defend yourself to people who don't deserve your energy. Let them talk. Let them shout. Let them throw everything they have at you. And stay silent. Let the silence do the damage. Let the silence rip them apart piece by piece as they realize that nothing they say can touch you. That's how you kill them. Not with noise, not with anger, but with silence. They'll wonder why you don't react. They'll wonder what's going on inside your head. They'll spiral, trying to figure out why they can't get to you, why they can't make you break. And that's where you win. Because in that silence you've already destroyed them. You've shown them that their power is an illusion, that their words are meaningless, that their noise can't touch you. Silence is strength, silence is control, and silence is the deadliest weapon you have. Use it wisely. Let them feel the weight of it. Let them crumble under the pressure of their own empty words. Because in the end, it's not your words that will break them. It's your silence.